I don't own the rights to this song,
I've been suffering for such
but I
a
want to play it
long
just a little
time,
bit.
but I made it over, and I'm healing. I'm healing. I can see the sun peeking through the clouds, and things are looking
I
better,
dedicate this song to my brother.
so much better. My storm is over
So I'm going to
now,
bring to you some information
and I'm
that is
healing.
caught us off guard. Had I had this information and those that were around
It's
him,
all
that were
behind
close
me
to
now.
him,
I laid it at the
that
altar, and I'm healing.
could have done something differently,
I've been beat up, knocked down,
it
and I
would have been
almost
helpful.
lost my mind, but I got back up, and I'm healing.
I
I'm
thank you
healing.
to all of those that
I'm
did
healing.
step
I can see
in
the
and try to do the
sun
right
peeking
thing.
through the clouds, and things are looking
But things are
better,
looking better now.
so much
So much
better.
better now.
My storm is over now.
Remember, I don't own the rights to this song. So let's get into it. So what I'm going to be talking about today is, this is an emergency checklist when a POA has a stroke. When a POA has a stroke. This is what our case was. My brother was the POA for our sister. And the first thing you want to do is call 911 immediately. Those that were there at the home at that time should have called immediately. You have to note the time of the symptom, the time the symptoms started. From what I understand, the symptoms had started a few days before. But, they just thought, well, I'm just tired. But that should have been a sign. Just get him to the hospital. Get him to the hospital because it could have been prevented. Don't take it for granted. Watch for signs of stroke. Watch for signs of stroke. So it's face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. So there's a term that says for you want to act fast. Act fast. So timing is everything. Timing is everything when it comes to stroke. But if you're not really sure what it is, if you notice something like drooping of the face, arm weakness. They do this test where you put your arm up if one goes down. Arm weakness. Okay? And speech difficulty. Emergency room. Call 911 immediately. Stay with the person until help arrives. Stay with the person. Don't call 911 and leave. Stay with the person. Okay? Stay with the person. At the hospital, provide ID insurance information. Now, thank you to those that did take the time to put his wallet in his pocket. Okay, wallet in his pocket so he could have his ID. That was good. That was good, good, good. Share medication list and medical history. Well, no one had that information. So to the person that's listening that thinks that they're going to live forever, you never know. Things could happen. You have to tell someone in detail what's going on. I was put down as my point of contact. If anything happened, you're my point of contact. Okay, so what medications are you on? Well, they changed my medications. Never got a clear view of the medications that he was on. What do you do with that? Have him to write it down beforehand and just keep it. Keep it to the side somewhere. Find out his doctors. He was changing doctors constantly, finding the right one. But that's neither here nor there. This is an emergency checklist. And these are things that need to be done at the hospital. When I got there, they were asking all kinds of questions. I said, he's independent. He lives by himself. These are things that they're going to ask you. They won't ask a friend, but they'll ask a family member. He had no children. He had no wife. So, as I said, you want to share your medication checklist and your medical history. So yes, he told me some things. He told the other siblings some things. But he would never tell us all things. Because he was independent like that and very private. Very private. Informed staff that this person is a power of attorney of someone else, which we did inform them of that. He's a power of attorney of someone else. And it was imperative that, we be able to communicate with him. Ask for updates of their condition and mental capacity. Well, we took care of that. Okay, we took care of the situation with our sister because it's going to be a while. It's going to be some time. And we just felt that was the best move at that time, and he agreed. So he's able to communicate, but, he was just able to communicate. He indicated that it was okay for us to proceed in the direction that we were going in. So we want to notify key people. Notify key people. Contact immediate family members. Our niece received a call. Not a brother, not a sister, neither one of the sisters. And our niece contacted us, put the information in. So at least they got the information out as to, okay, we're going to call somebody. This is the only person we know. I beg to differ, but that's for another time. Notify the person they represent. Call the successor or backup POA agent. Now, in this case, he was the only POA for our sister. There should have been a backup POA in the event that something like this happened, and which it did. So it left us spinning our wheels trying to figure out what's going on, what we should do. Contact the attorney. Contact their attorney. Okay? So if there's an attorney, you want to contact them to inform them of what's going on, of what the next moves are. So locate and review the POA documents. Find the POA paperwork. Confirm if it is durable. All right, let's look at what durable is. Okay, I did a video on this some time back of what a durable power of attorney is. And what a durable power of attorney is, let me get that pulled up for you. That power of attorney allowed you to have access or authority over medical, financial, anything to do with those terms. Now, keep in mind, if that individual has cognitive awareness of, he may not be able to speak or she may not be able to speak, but she can indicate that, no, she doesn't want that. You can't do anything, nothing at all. Let me say that again. You can't do anything, nothing at all. They understand. If they're saying yes or they're trying to get out the words, okay. So you can't proceed with the durable power of attorney. Let's see here. Just a few minutes. And why am I going over this? Because in the African American community, we tend to think that nothing's going to happen. And then we leave it to the rest of the family. We leave it to the rest of the family. Heart attack, strokes, diabetes. These are things that are really prevalent in our community. Our father died at 52. 52 years old. Oh, my. Our mother passed, but she was much older. So durable power of attorney. This is, let's see what it says. It is. As you say, well, what is a durable power of attorney? And a durable power of attorney is a legal document that allows someone you trust to make financial, legal, and medical decisions on your behalf, even if you become incapacitated. Okay? So, in the case where, so I'm married, I have a husband, he becomes my everything at that point. If something happens, I can't make decisions, it's falling on him. He'll be able to make those decisions. But for our children who are all above the age of 18, someone should be, you should give them that ability. We can't force our children to do anything, but if you're not here and something happens and they're reaching out to us, we have the right to say yay or nay. Yay or nay. That is a durable power of attorney. So that we'll do another video on a durable power of attorney for young adults that are 18, over 18, young adults. Check if any special instructions or limitations. Check if there's any instructions or limitations. So every so often, you just want to familiarize yourself with the form. Let them know, hey, I have a copy. I want you to have it. I want you to have it if anything happens. Not that I'm anticipating anything to happen, but just in case, you have this paper, this document in hand. Determine the capacity. You're going to ask the medical team if the POA holder can still make decisions. We've done that. Document doctor's assessment if possible. Determine if authority can still be used or must transfer. That's kind of tricky. In this case, he agreed to transfer the authority over. Okay, he agreed to transfer the authority over. But you want to make sure that it's clear, it's written out, it's detailed. Okay, so the document doctor's assessment if possible. Listen, the first month, every day I was at the hospital, at the nursing home, at his rehab center, not the nursing home, the rehab center. I was there. Spoke with the doctors in the hospital. They were keeping me up to date. But in this new facility, I have yet to speak with anyone, a doctor or any doctor. I've spoken with the nurses, but my sister in the evening speaks with someone. But have we spoken with a doctor? Where is he? What's happening? Trying to figure it out. No. Transfer of authority if needed. If the successor POA exists, notify them to the steps to step in. Provide them with copies of the POA documents. If no successor exists, consult an attorney about guardianship. Contact an attorney about guardianship. We're talking about the POA for another person. POA for another person. Protect the other person. Notify banks and financial institutions. Contact caregivers and assisted living facilities. Ensure bills, medications, and care continues. That's for both parties. Ensure bills, medication, and care continues. Legal precautions. Don't sign any documents unless authorized. Do not sign any documents unless legally authorized. Keep records of all communications and actions. Keep records of all communications and actions. That's why, when you're in a hospital, when you're in a facility, some people have private sitters, and all they do is dictate what goes on in the room, who's doing what, just to keep a record. Something to consider if you can afford that. Sometimes we can't. We have to rely on someone else to be truthful in their dealings with our loved ones. Avoid making financial decisions without proper authority. Avoid making financial decisions without proper authority. That's without being said. Okay? Without proper authority, avoid it. Whew. Monitor recovery of POA holder. We're monitoring the recovery of POA holder. We're monitoring. We're there. We're making sure. We're watching. We're observing. If necessary, if recovery occurs, confirm the ability to resume duties. If recovery occurs, confirm ability to resume duties. If not, begin process of new POA or court-appointed authority. Do what you have to do. Prevention for the future. Always keep a backup POA agent. Always keep a backup POA agent. Keep documents accessible. Keep informed, trusted family members where documents are stored. Always keep a checklist in easily accessible places or share with family members. Listen, that was just a little list that I printed up. The information is out there, but if you need it, it's available. I hope that you're not in a situation like we were. The POA wasn't available. We had some, stroke happen. So we had to step in and just kind of make things how it should be. Well, it's been 2 months now since our brother has had a stroke, and he's recovering slowly. We believe by the power of God that he is healed, totally recovered. No matter what has happened or what is happening,